Hey, you guys, how are you? Question for you. What if I was to go in my backyard and try to dig up potatoes or harvest some green beans or fresh tomatoes? My kids would look at me and say, "You're crazy. What are you doing, Mom?" Why? Because I haven't planted a garden. I haven't planted flowers. I haven't planted anything. So if I was to go in my backyard and try to reap a harvest, they'd be like, "Mom, you are crazy." Now, what if I took it a step further though, and I was like, well, I'll just try harder. I'll just go out there and dig a little bit longer for some potatoes. I'll just go out there and look harder for green beans or tomatoes. Y'all would think I'm off my rocker, right? Because trying harder is not going to make fruit appear. It's not going to make vegetables appear, because we all know you have to plant the seeds, you have to water the seeds, fertilize the seeds, and like tend to the garden if you want to enjoy the harvest, right? If you want to reap the reward. Okay, so we are at this unique time in our month, and I see this often. So often in a month like this, especially if you have a big rank or you're going after this Apple Watch incentive, whatever. You might go out the gate strong, right? And you're doing these call to actions. You're following up with everybody. Bada bing, bada boom. You're doing everything you can. And then there's this like quiet space in the month. And it's actually really, really beautiful, because it serves several purposes, but it can also cause alarm where you're like, it's getting closer to the end of the month and I need to hit my goal. And you want to go. You want to go dig for potatoes. But you might need to plant some seeds. This time of the month, it might feel like it got a little bit quieter, and it may cause panic in you. This is a beautiful opportunity to check your faith level, please. This journey is so much more than skill. This is a faith walk, and so lean into that process. Faith is the evidence of what is not seen. And so times like this, if you have a day and you're like, oh my goodness, the end of the month is coming closer and I haven't hit my goal yet, check your faith. Check your faith. God's your provider. So walk in faith. Thank him that he's guiding your steps, that he's giving you creative ideas and strategies. Pray over your team. Pray over social media, that he gives you unction for how to show up and what to say, when to say it, right? But beyond that, you may have to assess whether you've even planted enough seeds. Have you planted enough seeds to get the harvest that you're looking for? Have you been going after enough relationships? Have you been growing your influence? Have you been growing your following, adding to your friends list? Are you showing up in a way that is planting and watering seeds? Because there's a difference, right? There's a time and a place for a call to action type of post. That magic post is how it's referred to. The I need 6 friends to try my pink drink for 60 days, or I've got 3 codes left, right? These are like call to action posts, right? Those can be great. Sometimes you don't want to overuse them. Those are harvest posts. That's the equivalent of going out and gathering your harvest. You're just kind of scooping them up. Or when you reach back out to people and you're like, hey, just following back up. We got the sales ending soon, right? Like it's the call to action messages. It's the call to action posts. Those are great. But on the front end, you better be planting seeds, and you better be watering the seeds, going after impact, going after relationship, doing this really well. And so you may need to pivot for a few days as to how you are showing up online. You're not striving. You are not desperate. You are firmly positioned with what you're going after. You know who you are. You know where you're headed, right? But show up in a way that plants seeds. Maybe you need to not even post plexus for a day and just like share your heart and share who you are and build trust with your audience. Maybe you need to do a more like interactive type of post where you're just asking a fun question and just getting some fun traction, and just bringing humor or something lighthearted to your wall. It could be different things. Maybe you need to focus on private messages that are building relationships, that are making a difference and making an impact. Maybe just focusing on planting seeds, a lot of seeds, and watering them for a little bit. And then as you come into the end of the month here, after a few days of planting and watering, in that last stretch, go after the harvest, right? Then you bring back that call to action, the urgency, because time is of the essence. Then you're able to go back to people and say, hey, I know we talked earlier in the month, but this sale is about to end. We have 2 days left and I don't want you to miss it, right? This is a seed time. This is a watering time. This is a faith walk time. It doesn't mean you're not going to sign up people. You still will. But if it's quiet right now, if it seems like, man, you came out the gate running, it was hot, it was amazing, everything was going so great, and then right now you're like, it's quieter, it's testing your faith. Go plant some seeds, be faithful to water them. We're going after impact over sales, people over points. You are not desperate. Do not fall to manipulation. Do this with integrity, right? Do this well, and you will reap the reward. I guarantee it.